Hello, this is Judge Victor Mellenbrink of the 23rd Judicial Circuit in Jefferson County. I'm going to do a walkthrough of a few things you can do with COGNOS reports after you run them. After running a few reports, you'll start to realize that while it isn't difficult to run reports, it can take some time to select all the options, especially if you want to run multiple reports. I'm going to show you a trick to make a slight change to a report you ran without having to do all of that. So this report that you can see right here is a clearance rate report that I ran for myself, but it will apply to pretty much any kind of report you run. I ran this report for fiscal year 2024, so that's what these numbers reflect. So if you go up here and see this little triangle where the word run pops up, if I want to run this report for fiscal year 2023 to look at the trend, all I have to do is click that button and it will take me back to my same option menu, but you'll notice that all of the other selections are the same. So all I have to do is take what's right now fiscal year 2024, change this to be 2023, end date 2024. So that will now be fiscal year 2023, which runs from July 1st of 23 to June 30th of 24. So all I had to do was click those two buttons. Everything else is still the same. Come down here and hit finish. That's a big time saver if you're running multiple reports because there's my fiscal year 2023 report. Okay, the next thing I'll show you is how to keep a report that you've run. If you want to keep this report, you have a few options. Right now, you can see up here in the corner, it says HTML format. That means it's designed to show up in your web browser, which is what you're using to run these reports, probably Microsoft Edge, but possibly Chrome or something like that. HTML reports don't always print very nicely. They're good for showing up on the screen, but they don't print great and they're not easy to save. If you want to change it to a PDF, that might be a better solution. So I can click here on HTML, select PDF, and it will convert my report to a PDF format. Once it's in PDF format, you can either print it in paper if you want, and once it pulls up, I'll show you the button you can hit to do that. It shouldn't take too long. The other option is you could save it as a PDF if you want to keep it on your computer or if you want to email it to someone. So now that it has the PDF, up here in the top right, I have some options. I can either hit download, which is this button, and it will save it to my downloads folder. Or I could click the little printer button and it will pull up my printing options and I could print it out onto a piece of paper. The last thing you can do, if you don't want to have it in a PDF, if you're comfortable with spreadsheets such as Microsoft Excel, you might want to get the data from this report into Excel. That can be tricky to do from HTML or a PDF, but fortunately, you can click up here and select Excel. Don't select Excel data generally. Excel data will actually print a list of all of the cases individually with case numbers for these reports, which is probably not what you want. So you would just want to select Excel. Once you click Excel, it will convert it to an XLSX file, and it should pop up here in my downloads option, and then I can save it. So I'm not going to wait for it to do that, but that's what it's going to do once it gets finished. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. Otherwise, I hope you found this video helpful. Have a great day.